Hi guys, welcome. My name is Sissy and today we make this video with so much love and so much respect. This is our story and we're gonna share with you how my dog Chiquis become a cancer survivor.
Thanks, Sissy. I appreciate the opportunity to talk about this subject that's very important to me and probably important to you too. A few years ago, a very loved creature by the name of Nacho, tear up a little bit, got cancer and we had to put him asleep. And this was many years ago, about 8 years ago. And he still gives me sadness to remember that possibly we could have given him life. Cancer is one of the things that happens to dogs. Genetically, dogs and humans have a lot of similarities. Maybe that's why they call it man's best friend, because he's always with us. But this dog's best friend, dog dad, couldn't help this dog when he got cancer and we had to put him asleep, unfortunately. Now we've become aware of there being an alternative way of possibly saving a dog's life from having cancer. It's not a cure, but it may extend their life and help them. It's worth a try. There's in the United States, it costs an average of $3,000 to $5,000 to treat a dog for cancer. And dogs, as they get older, the likelihood of, just like with people, of getting a tumor and having them become cancerous is elevated. We now have a dog. You've heard of this dog, Chiquis. And Chiquis is a great dog. She's a pug, 13 years old. 3 years ago, she ended up getting a tumor. This tumor, more than likely, when it was saw by the doctor, said that it looked cancerous. And she was really sick at the time and couldn't eat, couldn't hardly move, and the tumor was pretty large. It grew very fast. And so it was decided, since we didn't have $5,000 for the treatment of cancer, to do chemotherapy for a chance of maybe saving her life. It was determined that it was probably best for everybody to put her to sleep. Well, she didn't want to be put to sleep. And when the vet tried to give her the injection to put her to sleep, she fought back. And so the vet pulled back because she bit at his hand, almost got him. And he says, well, it doesn't look like she wants to die today. She doesn't want to go to heaven today. So why don't you take her home and spend whatever time she has left with her? So we brought her home, made her comfortable. And we decided, well, why don't we try the plants? We know these work with people. We didn't know at the time that they work with dogs potentially as well. So we gave her a mixture of some of the plants, as well as gave her good food, and she pulled out. The tumor exploded, it drained, no more tumor. That was 3 years ago. About 6 months ago, the tumor came back in roughly the same spot and roughly looks like the same shape and the same spot, another tumor and probably cancer again. So knowing what we know now, we gave her the plants. We've been feeding her special food, making sure that she feels loved, make sure that she wants to stay here. Because that's in our experience, those are the three things that you need to do. You need to feed your dog, feed your pet, the best you can, the best you can afford, the most nutritious, best food you can get. Remember, garbage in, garbage out. So if you give them the best, they have the best chance, the best nutrition of pulling through. Number 2, the plants. The plants are just that little extra help to be able to beat the cancer, push it back. The studies in plants, so these specific blends of plants that we've been using, have been shown in studies to create the apoptosis. That's the cell death of the tumor cells. Thirdly, you have to show the dog, the pet, the cat, whatever it happens to be, love. You have to show them that there's a reason to stay here. That they have that reason to stay here because they know they're loved and they're being protected. Those 3 things, treat them with love, feed them well, and use the plants, could be the combination to be able to save your pet from cancer, as it has saved ours from cancer 3 years ago, and is in the process of saving cancer again. So hopefully some of the things that we've presented in this video, they might be a little bit controversial, but if you're at the point where you're looking at putting your dog down because they have cancer or they have a tumor and they're throwing up and they're doing not well, and your choice is putting them asleep to end their suffering, perhaps you might want to think, like we did, of giving them a chance at life. Giving them the plants. Using a spray that's made with the plants, a ointment made with the plants, and giving her tintura, the tincture, made with the plant. Yeah, we have taken videos during the last 6 months and pictures to show you the development of the tumor that exploded shortly after starting the protocol again with the plants, and it's drained. It's about half of the size, or maybe a third of the size that it started at, because it grew very fast. You'll know with people, you have cancer, it'll go into remission, and it'll stay in remission sometimes for a while, but then when it comes back with a vengeance, very aggressive, because it's learned your cheats, learned how to beat it. So that's the same with dogs. They can come back a lot faster. So you have to get ahead of it, because you love your dog just like I love my dog, and give her the best chance, or him the best chance, at staying here in this life with us. One final disclaimer at the conclusion of this video. We have been very blessed to have chickies in our life for 3 additional years at this point. And she's fighting now, as you've seen in this video, another tumor. And we're having good success with using plants and herbs. Information out there on the internet that you can find if you do your research, and I recommend you do your research, will indicate that different plants and herbs will have different effects on dogs and can be toxic. In our particular case, they have been very beneficial, and we've been given 3 extra years of life with both of these dogs. We're going to try another plant with a dog that has anxiety. But keep in mind, doctors, they say they have a practice and they're practicing. Everybody's different. Just like if you have diabetes or something else, not everybody responds to the same medicine the same way. Same thing's true with dogs. So I wish you luck. Do your research. If you want to try plants and herbs to help save your dog, maybe get a few more years of life with them, that's great. I wish you luck. You can contact us for more information at Kalanchoemonarch.com. We love her. I know you love your dogs too. God bless. Don't give up.